Hello everyone, Colvin here. Today I wanted to look at my Temur Reef deck. So, the deck, obviously revolves around the draw engine of Risen Reef. It's a great card. Excuse me. There's a lot of different ways to play it. Normally you see a Sultai deck or a Temur deck with it because of, you have Omnath for Temur and you have I can't remember his name, but it's a double enter the field trigger card for Sultai. This deck, I'm running 4 shocks in my early game to help against aggro, survivability, late game to help take out some planeswalkers or deal a little extra damage if we need it. I'm running 3 Chandra's Regulators. Excuse me. I'm running a lot of Chandras, so the Regulators come in handy. Not only that, it's a nice draw engine to cycle, an extra mountain or red card you don't need, like a shock or something, to hopefully draw something else that you need. Chandra's Triumph. It's basically Lightning Strike that doesn't hit a player, but when I have a Planeswalker out, it's going to deal 5 damage instead of 3. So you can essentially, with a Chandra out, you can remove any threat that you need to. I'm running 2 Hydroid Krasis, excuse me. Great card. It's always going to be a great card. I love it. If you're running the Senate colors, you should just run it. I mean, it's no matter what, you're getting the value by playing it, even if the creature doesn't stick. So I don't want to run too many because I already have a lot of draw on the deck. He's kind of one of those late game cards. Plus, he's a little life gain to help us when we're going up against like mono red or something. 4 Risen Reefs, because you want to get Risen Reef out, you want to get multiple Risen Reefs out. Most of the time it's going to get destroyed early game, so you need those replacements. 4 Acolyte of Flame. I feel like this card shines the best with Risen Reef. Being able to 0 her to get 2 elementals and get basically 2 draws or 2 lands with Risen Reef. And if you have a Chandra's Regulator, you get a double trigger. So you get 4 elementals and 4 triggers with a Risen Reef. It can get crazy when you have like 3 Risen Reefs on the field and you do this. 3 Ionize. It's just to help with counter spells. The deck's running blue. I feel like it needs some sort of counter spell, and I like Ionize for its 2 damage as well. 2 Omnath. This card is your late game destroy something that's threatening you or win the game. It's also a good card to just help ramp with Reef by, well, not ramp. It's there to help when you're ramping to get counters. You can beef him up, you can beef up your Risen Reef, you can beef up your Cavalier of Thorns. It's a good card. 1 Mass Manipulation. I didn't want to run more than 1 because a lot of times it ends up in my hand and I don't really need it. It's one of those cards that you want late game against normally a Planeswalker deck or a mid-range deck after you've already ramped with Risen Reef. 3 Cavalier of Thorn. Solid card. 5 drop with a 5/6 body. It's got reach, so it helps against nasty flyers. You get an extra land. I mean, 9 times out of 10, the top 5 cards of your deck will have at least 1 land in it. And when he dies, you get any card in your graveyard on top of your deck. So you can cycle any of these cards that you may have need and put it on top. 2 Nissas. I almost want to run more because she's really good late game with Omnath. If you can get a lot of your forests and a lot of your lands and turn them into elementals and then just Omnath to win. Really good card. It's solid. I think she's one of the best planeswalkers we have available to us right now, especially for 5 mana. So, why not run her? Speaking of best planeswalkers we have available to us, Chandra, Awakened Inferno is the best red planeswalker in my opinion, along with Sarkhan the Masterless. Can't be countered. Her +2 puts pressure on the opponent. Her -3 wipes the board unless you're playing against an elemental deck. And her -X is just pinpoint target. I love it. I love this card so much, and that's why I'm running 4. Land base, we're running 2 basic mountains to help with the cycle with Chandra's Regulator. 4 steam vents, 2 Sulfur Falls, 2 Temple of Epiphany. This is mainly there. I don't want to run too many right now while we still have the check lands in, but once those rotate out, we'll probably be seeing a lot more of these. I think it's just a good card. You know, if you get it early, you can scry, help set up your draws. And if you happen to hit it when you hit Cavalier of Thorns or Risen Reef, you can set up your next card as well. 3 Rootbound Crag, 4 Stomping Ground, 4 Breeding Pool, and 3 Hinterland Harbor. For the sideboard, we're looking at 4 Healer of the Glade. It's a card that I put in mainly to help against aggro, mainly mono red, just to give us that extra life. It could be an extra trigger with Risen Reef, and it's a decent body for 1. I mean, it's a 1/2 for 1. You can block 1/1s all day with it, right? 3 Veil of Summer. One of my favorite green cards right now. The fact that it can basically stop your opponent, if they're running black or green, from messing your day up. And you get a draw. It's a good card. I'm running 2 Sentinel Totem to help with the graveyard-centric decks. I could be running Digger's Cage, but I like how this just messes with your opponent's head. You know, they go, well, I guess I'm going to cast Command of Dreadhorde, and then they'll pop it, you know? And then, well, you still got rid of a Command of Dreadhorde out of their hand by popping it, and then you've exiled the grave. I like it because you also get the scry. 3 Fry to help against Esper Control, just anything that runs Teferi. Teferi, and any other blue or white planeswalkers that are just getting on your nerves. And 3 Flame Sweeps. A Flame Sweep is there to help against Scapeshift. An instant field wipe for Scapeshift is what this card is. Yes, it's going to most likely do some damage on our end as well. But if we lose our Risen Reefs, hopefully at that point, since they've popped off Scapeshift, we've gotten it where we can keep going after we wipe the board. So that's the deck. We're actually going to do some best of 3 with it and see how things go. I really like the Risen Reef card. It's a solid draw engine. I do wish we had some better elementals to pair up with it. Yes, we got the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers are good, but some of the earlier game elemental creatures just aren't as good to play with it, and that makes me want to just not really play those cards. Let's see. I don't really like this hand. We've got a decent land base, but an Ionize, a Triumph, and a Cavalier, I mean... Yeah, let's keep it. We're on the draw. Maybe we'll draw a creature or something. A shock, okay. Stomping Ground, well, I actually am going to keep that so we have our triple forest for Cavalier of Thorns, so we can hopefully get him out on turn 5. Unfortunately, we're probably going to be looking at a Thought Eraser soon. Something tells me this is Grixis. It's either Grixis or Esper, right? Thought Eraser, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have the Ionize up to stop that. He's probably going to hit our Cavalier of Thorns. It's either that or the Ionize. Ionize. That means they probably have either another Thought Eraser or a Planeswalker they want to play on turn 3. But it is the same as if we had countered their Thought Eraser. I'm going to save the shock. Oof, that's not what we wanted to see. I'm just going to play this and pass the turn. Okay. They know we can kill it, It's gonna be a 2-for-1, but we can kill it on our turn. We can't let them get the value off of it, even though they're more likely baiting our burn spells so they can play something else. And the fact that they knew that card would just come back into their library anyway, and they'd get it in 2 turns. Yeah, and now they have a counter spell. They don't want us to play Cavalier. I'm actually going to pass turn here and make them tap out to play him, or to stop them from countering my Cavalier of Thorns. So they can either play him and be tapped out, or keep their counter spell open. And they know we run Ionize, so okay. We're gonna go ahead and play Cavalier here. Okay, we can put Hydroid Krasis on top of our deck as well, if Cavalier dies. That's if they don't Frost's Contempt him. Oh, we're gonna block here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't play Chandra and keep the Ionize open. So I'm actually going to put Hydroid Krasis on top of our deck. Just so we can get that value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even if they counter it, oh man, we drew nothing but lands. That's not what we want. So they can't flip Azcanta. Man, I just can't talk. I can't. I'm sorry. Every time I'm on here, I just can't talk. Excuse me, and my throat keeps just... Today's just not my day. I'm sorry, guys. So this is good value with Kefnet. Getting an extra Discover for 1. It's pretty good. Oh, no! Not Thought Eraser. Dang. I think we're done here. We drew so many lands off Krasis. We need to top deck something. And that's another land. Man. We'll give it one more turn. And see what we can draw. But I'm pretty sure they've taken control of this at this point, because they're about to flip. Yeah. They've got 4 cards. More than likely not lands. Kefnet on the field. I doubt we'll be able to come back. And a Bolus God.
I will spare you. Inconceivable. Witness a mote of my power.
Man. Good old Grixis. I love Grixis. Okay. So we play the Chandra Regulator, we activate it, discard our Steam Vent, and draw another... Okay, we'll play this. And an Ionize. Let's see what we can do.
Cavalier. Let your weak minds
That's
crumble.
fine. I'm not gonna Ionize that. I'm actually gonna Ionize her, because he can just use her ability to bring Thought Eraser back. And another land. Well, we can discard it. That's not what we need. Alright, game 2. That was, man, we flooded a pretty good bit there. So, we want 3 Veil of Summers here. And all the Planeswalkers we're going to be looking at will be blue, so we're going to put Fries in. Now, what do we take out? We're keeping the Mass Manipulation. I think since we're putting the Fries in, we're going to cut the Chandra's Triumph down by 3. And I'll actually cut all my Shocks and go 1 more Chandra's Triumph. Yeah, we'll do that. That way we have our Fries and we have our Chandra Triumph still in, so if we have a Chandra Planeswalker out, we can at least deal the 5 damage, which will be crucial for taking out Kefnet. He might have put in some early game cards like Thief of Sanity or Dreadhorde Butcher, so taking out the Shocks could hurt if that's the case, and we might end up having to use our Triumphs against those. Hopefully not, though. Keep this. We have Veil of Summer and a Fryingham with an Acolyte, so if they try to Thought Eraser us, we'll Veil of Summer. Looks like they mulliganed a pretty good bit here. Now this is when they go Swamp, Duress. Okay, that's good. Alright, we're gonna just play this. Pass our turn. We don't really need Fry up at the moment. Here comes Thought Eraser. We're gonna Veil Summer that. Alright. Let's go ahead and get Acolyte out.
Chandra, you need more control. Say hi to my fiery friends.
The fact that we were able to get her to stick is a good thing. We can get some early game damage in.
Won't lie, I'm a pretty good. Go get him, buddies. Now things are getting heated.
Alright, so what do we want to do here? I'm gonna play this tap.
Hey, these little guys are great. Hey, go easy.
Yeah, we're gonna lose our Chandra, but we knocked hers down to 2.
Hey,
That way she'll be
these
easier
little
to
guys are
take out.
great.
I'm so sorry if you hear my cat in the background. She's a little lonely. Narset. So we're gonna fry that.
Unmatched by my peers. I shall miss your company. Hone your prowess.
Thought Eraser. So we can play Cavalier, but we lose Chandra Awakened Inferno. 1, 2. We're gonna hold and try and Ionize that Thought Eraser.
Don't worry, I I brought company.
So hopefully we draw our 6th mana and we can just go Chandra. It's not our 6th mana. But we can get it with Cavalier. Nice. That's exactly what... Ooh, mass manipulation. Yeah. And we have the blue to play it. And we can use it for 1 right now. And actually get Acolyte if we want. I'd rather get a Bolus God if he can play one. So he can minus her to get Thought Eraser. Yeah.
Tell me if you've seen this one before.
That's pretty good. That makes me want to put an Acolyte in my Grixis deck. That's... Yeah, because Thought Eraser. Thought Eraser, Tyrant Scorn, Cast Downs, stuff like that. Yeah, Chandra. So, him playing a Narset would be cool, but I guess not. So, we'll go ahead and swing in with Cav. And we're going to Hydroid here. 2, 3, for 4. Just so we can get a little bit of card advantage. Didn't want to do that. Alright, this is pretty okay, I guess. As long as he doesn't Thought Eraser again. Oh, ran out of cards. Alright, game 3. So hopefully we can actually get some Risen Reef shenanigans going off. It is getting harder to use Risen Reef because everyone's expecting it. And so literally everyone is just putting in spells to kill Risen Reef. Because let's be honest, if Risen Reef goes off, one of 2 things will happen. You're going to win or you're going to deck yourself. That's how it works with Risen Reef. So you have to be careful not to deck yourself so you can win. That's if, Risen Reef doesn't get shocked or, one of the 90 different ways to get rid of it. Still a great card, though. I do like Risen Reef a lot, and I think it has a lot of potential, especially if we can see some more support in the next set. I'm not saying we're going to actually get elemental creatures next set, but at least some more cards to help synergize with it would be nice. So, game 3. Oh, we're not keeping that. We're not keeping that. I'll keep this. We're gonna put that back. And we have to put the Nissa back. We need Veil of Summer and Fry to survive early game. We'll start with, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. We're gonna put that on the bottom. I should have started with the, well no, it doesn't matter if I played Harbor, because it comes in, it'll come in tapped. I'm used to having a paint land. The one bad thing about the check lands is if you don't have the ability to play them untapped, they're basically gates. Oh man, this hurts. This hurts. So he's probably deciding between Fry and Cavalier at this point, and I would go with Fry myself, because I personally don't even see myself getting Cavalier out. Oh, okay. That's fine. Alright. Can we get a card that we could play? Something. I'm fine with the Breeding Pool. Very slow start for both of us. Alright. This isn't the most exciting game. Bolus! We'll just discard this. And we have to fry it. Even though he probably has a Dragon God in his hand. I can't play her because I discarded my other red source. Wow, this is bad. Another Bolus. This isn't the best. Okay. See if Risen Reef gets to stick. If he sticks and we draw another Risen Reef, things could start looking good for us, but I highly doubt he's going to stick here. Gotta fry. We're just gonna pass our turn here. I'll hold the Ionize in case he plays something. We're not gonna fry it. We'll fry at the end step though. The cool thing about fry is it can't be countered. Double Ionize. Well, I guess we're attacking with Risen Reef here. Yeah, we're gonna stop that. Try to at least. Nope. Well, we're out of resources. They're out of resources. Well, they're probably got. So they probably have something. They probably have a Dragon God or something. I mean, Command a Dread Horde, more than likely, which would end this game. Oh, yep. There's Command a Dread Horde. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and concede. Got us there. Alright, let's do one more. Man. Whew, flooded on land and didn't see any land. Gotta love magic sometimes, right? It's part of the game. It's just part of the game. This is not the best hand on the planet. I'm gonna keep it. If we can draw one more land, we can go turn 2 Regulator, turn 3 Acolyte. Which doesn't really mean anything on turn 3, but on turn 4. And we're exactly a lot of forests away from being able to play Cavalier or Nissa. So, hopefully we'll draw some more of those. Now, what are they playing? Vampires, probably. Awesome. Just gonna do Regulator. Which, if they're playing Vampires, Regulator is probably not what we want. Esper. Okay. So, we'll just shotgun this breeding pool.
No.
Fortunately, we don't have the land to do the double trigger.
You guys are great.
The cool thing about this combo right here is it's very aggressive, being able to get 4 elementals out every turn, just with those alone, without committing any more resources. We're gonna triumph that next turn. Vraska's Contempt Day. Alright. We're gonna hold the triumph. Well...
I brought company.
Honestly, yeah, we'll use the triumph. We'll go ahead and do this now.
You are a mighty warrior. Smell? I can see. Oh,
right.
It's you burning.
So I could use Chandra Regulator to discard Stomping Ground, the draw card, but I'd rather not, so we can play Nissa. Because more than likely they're going to play their 4th land. They're going to Vraska's Contempt Chandra. Yeah. So then we play Nissa, and we just go to town.
Time to sleep for a week.
Nice. So I'm going to do this.
It's a strange and magnificent world. Behold, nature's true power.
So we can discard our Triumph at the end of their turn. And if they don't get rid of our mountain. Because I believe it does take 1 to just... yeah, it does. Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to discard our Triumph, though. That could be good. So I think we're gonna... oh, wait, attack first. And we're gonna play this.
I need some and you look flammable.
I wish we had the land to be able to do double triggers on that. That would be nice. If she survives, I'm definitely doing that. They're on a 5-turn clock now. Of course, it's Esper, so they currently have some life gain they can use. Tyrant Swarm. Okay. Hopefully they don't get rid of Chandra. Cavalier. Okay. But it looks like we're going to get to do double trigger with Chandra next turn. Which is good. Huh. Let's see, we can do 4 damage by doing it this way, though.
Chandra, you need more control. Just let me burn.
Yeah. Yeah, because we get double trigger. So we get 4 elementals. Yeah. So, Esper, we were going to want Veils. And Fries again. And we'll just do what we did last time. Take the shocks out and cut this down to 2. Yeah. The Sentinel card is kind of there for Commander Dreadhorde, and it's possible this deck is running Commander Dreadhorde. But honestly, I'd rather just Ionize Commander Dreadhorde if I got a chance, of course. The Sentinel Totem I mainly have in there is just a mess with the Reanimator decks that are going around, the Blood for Bones decks and stuff like that. If I feel like Commander Dreadhorde is the biggest issue against the deck I'm going, then I'll put it in. Like, if this guy gets Commander Dreadhorde off, and I know for sure he's playing it, then I'll put Sentinel in. But unless I see it, I don't really want to put it in if it's a dead card. Hopefully we win this one too. Going to game 3 wouldn't be that bad though. Curious what they put in against me. Probably some extra removal from Planeswalkers. Eldest Reborn's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Ooh, okay. Wish that was a Veil of Summer we drew, though. Because I feel like Thought Eraser might be coming up. Duress, okay. Why did they shock the Hollow Fountain then? They have an opt? Huh, okay. I think they didn't mean to do that, unless they had a Spell Pierce in their hand. Okay, and we're just gonna hold up our Ionize. So they're probably gonna try and bait our Ionize, but they don't know we have 2 in our hand. So let's see what their first play is. They do not want to play anything, it looks like. That's fine, we'll just keep building up mana until we can hold up Ionize and play something. They want to play it this way. Pass turn. They don't want anything to get countered from the looks of it. We can't actually do this. Oh man. This is annoying. I don't want to discard anything. But it looks like we are. So they're gonna try and Thought Eraser. So we're gonna Ionize here. They're gonna use their own counter spell. And they're gonna see we have another Ionize. We have a pretty spicy hand, so I wonder what they want to get rid of. Huh. I'm also running 4 of those, so. Okay. Let's do this.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands?
This allows us to hold up for Eye.
It's awesome.
I'm assuming Nebraska's Contempt.
Consider this.
The thing is, they're running out of resources. We still have a lot of cards.
Don't worry. I brought company.
If they play a Bolus or anything like that, we'll fry it. Alright, so just Nissa.
Seek shelter in my stewardship.
Gonna do Stomping Grounds. I would like to not have our 4th blue source destroyed.
Rise, my elemental friend.
They have another kill spell. Mortify. Okay. They're top decking. Unfortunately, they could fry that. That's no biggie. Oh, I should have. Oh well. I should have pained that in so I can hold up Ionize, but it's fine. Alright, we're just gonna pass our turn. Hopefully we'll draw 1 more mana. Preferably a 3rd green source. Cool thing is, they don't have any, like, Ascantas or anything out. They don't have any draw power right now. So we're winning hand-wise. We just need to draw more land.
Not to brag, but I'm totally better. Go get him, buddies.
So they're probably going to play like a Bolus or something on their turn now. Because they didn't want it to get ionized. Thief of Sanity. Which we can actually just bring Fry back to hit that. Or we could just do Omnath.
Don't worry, I brought company.
That's the cool thing about Chandra and Omnath is if you have her out, you'll have no matter what 3 damage when you play him. Oh man. Another contempt.
I am not happy right now.
At least we have Omnath. Unless... Whew, that is an Ugin.
Every exploit ripples through time.
That could change the game.
My plans do not include you.
Or... yeah. Thanks for the Ugin.
Secrets.
I love mass manipulation. Now that Vraska's Contempt, how many have you played?
Truth lies beyond vision.
Yeah, at this
Anyone who
point,
stands
we're
in my
just
way is getting
dealing damage until they concede. We've basically taken control of this game.
No pressure.
Fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
And we'll play Risen Reef. Counterspell? No. Might be a little greedy by doing this. Yeah, there it goes. Whew. For a second there, it was a little touch and go. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I do enjoy playing Temur Reef, well, any Risen Reef deck, to tell you the truth, a good bit. I think it's a fun card. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out a lot. And, well, I hope everyone has a great day. Bye-bye.